Storm Team 27 meteorologist Hannah Erdman here with an update on some of the snow moving on through the valley. First, to get you through talking about some of the snow that we have seen, I'll give you a quick look at some of the cameras across the valley. We'll take a live look here over East Liverpool and then over into parts of the valley. Lake Club also getting some of that heavy snow, really heavy snow across the board, across the valley. We've seen anywhere already between 5 to even 8 inches of snow in parts of the area. Visibility dropped as well on many parts. You can see that here. Downtown Youngstown can't even see the skyline, and over into Warren, getting some heavy snow there. Slow going for those cars over into Courthouse Square. So let's get into what we're tracking here on satellite and radar. Across the region, there's that entire massive storm. Now, what I am watching for are 2 low pressure systems that are kind of coming together here. The one off to the east, that is going to be pulling a lot of moisture. So this system is actually moving a bit faster. It came in a little bit earlier on the track than we were expecting. That's going to be some good news. It is going to move a little bit faster, but it is dumping a lot of snow, a little bit more snow than we were expecting. So this is going to move faster and out of our area, and I'll walk you through the timing here with Future Tracker in just a moment. But this is where it is across the region at the moment. Here, zooming it on in a bit, you can see some of those darker blues moving on in, but as we can see, some of that sleet starting to creep on up a bit closer to the valley. And we'll talk more on that here in just a second. You can see that here with those dark yellows that you're seeing towards the Wheeling area. We're getting some sleet. So we have some warm air that is starting to lift a little bit further north. So we could start to see some sleet action, potentially trying to move closer to the valley, mainly just into southern Columbiana County. And we'll keep an eye on that hour by hour as we continue with this storm moving on through. Otherwise, just heavy snow continuing to pummel down here across the area. So those winter storm threats continue to pull on through. Heavy snow being that main one, and also going with that wind being on the lower end, ice accumulation even further lower. And those power outages could still be a possibility, but not a high one, but could still happen, mainly because you have people possibly driving on roadways, and we could see people hitting those power poles and things like that. So current wind chill across the entire region right now. So again, those feel like temperatures, it feels like 1 degree here in Youngstown, feeling like much colder further to the north where we're not seeing as much of that snow. Behind this entire system, we are going to get much colder air dropping. So this whole system is acting like a wall right now. Once this system pushes its way out of the region, we are going to get some really Arctic air push on down. Current temperatures across the region, you can see over in Charleston into the West Virginia area, 30 degrees, 31 in Lexington. That is where that sleet line is. So where temperatures are slightly closer to freezing or just above freezing, that is where we're starting to see some of that sleet or even some of that freezing rain start to move on through. So back here at home, we are seeing mainly just some of the power outages down south into Columbiana being reported. Only about 100 right now. Otherwise, most of the valley not being impacted. So very small power outages right now. But again, we will keep an eye on those. And WKBN.com will report if we start to see massive power outages in the area. So snowfall accumulations still have been upped a little bit. We're actually seeing most likely a foot to those 14 inches. We talked about that being that at most. But we're starting to see that go up a little bit as that system did move on in earlier, and it is moving faster, but bringing in a little bit more moisture. So at most, over a foot now. We're looking at that 14 to 16 inches at most, or even higher than that in some areas. On that low end, we're going to see about 10 to 12 inches total through early Monday. With the new models with Future Tracker, I'll walk you through all the way through Monday, so we're going to go even further than this storm through. We are going to see this system continue to push on through. I do expect heavy snowfall through the rest of our day today, but look at when this starts to move on out. We were thinking this on Friday was going to move out into Monday, but we're starting to see this snowfall start to creep its way on out as early as late Sunday now. So that is going to be some good news. So that should give crews some time heading into Monday morning to get some of these roads cleared out. But take a look at those temperatures still really cold. We're still in those low to mid-teens by 5 a.m. We'll have some scattered snow chances possible through the day Monday. Lower chances, though. That's going to be, again, some good news. Not going to see heavy snowfall for Monday. Should see just some few scattered clouds around. But take a look at those temperatures by Monday night, only in the single digits. So it is going to be a cold one heading into Tuesday morning. Tuesday, really cold. It's going to be well below zero. And those are the temperatures. Those feel like temperatures even colder. So we are going to see snowfall with a future tracker, I do expect to see by now a few inches, and now we're going to see another 2 to 4 to 48 inches falling. That snow accumulation really picks up as we head through the day. I do expect even more than that as we head through the rest of our day. We'll be in that 12 to 18 inch really by the time we get into Sunday evening. So keep that in mind. Make sure you are staying safe, stay off the roadways. Coming in this morning, I was coming into work here at 9 a.m. Roads were pretty treacherous. If you can stay home, please stay home. Take that advice seriously. It is definitely not an easy commute out there for today. So as we look here over the next several days, we did talk about those wind gusts. This is why we're not in that blizzard sense. If you can see here, those winds only gusting up to about 20-something miles an hour, 20, 25. To get to that blizzard warning, you have to get to that 35+ mile an hour range, which is why we are not seeing those blizzard warnings. We're just seeing a lot of snow. But take a look at Tuesday. We're seeing 35+ mile an hour wind gusts. It's going to be a cold one Tuesday morning, so be prepared for some very, very cold weather on Tuesday. Otherwise, for today, just be prepared for a lot of snow on the way, heavy at times. Stay home if you can. We'll get a lot of snow on the way. And again, wind gusts up to about 20+ miles an hour. We'll keep you up to date here on WKBN.com and through WKBN Plus. Brennan Webb and I are here throughout the morning, but Chief Meteorologist Paul Wetzel, Craig Zybert, and the rest of the Storm Team 2017 will keep you up to date on the latest.